elections news agenda. And now we are ready for the big disruption on digital. Yes, so that you don't miss a moment of what's going on in the country and around the world. Republic on Digital. This
Trending burning question powered by O General and Reva University.
Welcome back to this section of the trending burning question, ladies and gentlemen. A massive fight has broken out after Rajasthan government announced free electricity. The announcement comes at a time when Karnataka government is in complete chaos over unfulfilled guarantees. Multiple instances of Karnataka officials facing the wrath of citizens are being reported. This because the Siddaramaiah government made promises before elections and is yet to fulfill them. Of course, similar stories coming in from states like Punjab and Himachal, where fiscal situation does not allow these governments to deliver on the election promises or the freebies that were promised. BJP is hitting out at the freebie politics. It has done so since Prime Minister brought in this debate about a year and a half back. Here are the developments, and then we will debate.
Hours after PM Modi addressed a mega rally in Ajmer, slamming the Congress for freebies.
याद है ना, ये गारंटी याद है ना, उन्होंने पिछली बार दी थी, 10 दिन में पूरे करने वाले थे। आप मुझे बताइए, जो कांग्रेस ने कहा था, जो वादा किया था, वो निभाया क्या? वो पूरा किया क्या? जो कहा वो किया क्या? भाइयों और बहनों, ये ऐसी गारंटियां देते हैं जिनको अगर अमल में लाया जाए तो राज्य और देश दिवालिया हो जाएगा।
Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot announced free electricity up to 100 units per month.
पिछले बजट में मैंने घोषणा की थी 50 यूनिट जो निःशुल्क दी जा रही है उसको 100 यूनिट किया जाएगा। उसके अनुसार 1 मई से ये घोषणा प्रारंभ हुई और पहला बिल आएगा अभी 1 से 15 जून के बीच में। उसमें 100 यूनिट तक तमाम प्रदेशवासियों को जब वो कितनी बिजली कंज्यूम करें तब भी फ्री दी जाए।
The BJP has questioned Congress on the freebie economics.
18 पैसे जो फ्यूल सरचार्ज था उसको बढ़ा करके 57 पैसे किया और 57 पैसे करके लगभग 40-39 पैसा प्रति यूनिट पिछले 4 साल तक लोगों की जेब से लूटने का काम किया और अब उनको जो है उस फ्यूल सरचार्ज से राहत देने की घोषणा करके और वो भी मात्र 200 यूनिट वाले तक वाले लोगों को घोषणा करके मुझे लगता है कि लोगों को अपनी विफलताओं को स्वीकार करके खुश करने के लिए इस तरह के काम कर रहे हैं।
At a time when Congress is under fire for freebie delay in Karnataka,
first let they from whatever 15 lakh account rupees they said that they are going to put to our account. No, first they fulfill that promise. Let them fulfill their manifesto. They were in power. Let them do it. We know what to do, how to do, when to do. We know we will do it. Be patient. Let them comment. We welcome their comments.
is the Congress once again over-promising? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Welcome back, and I begin by saying that we are really short on time, just 15 minutes of the debate. Introducing our guests, Rakhi Rathod, BJP spokesperson. She is joining us live from Jaipur. Very good evening to you. Rajat Sethi, political analyst, live from Delhi. He leans towards the right and hopefully would give the right perspective. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party, live from Kolkata. And I want to begin with another guest from Kolkata, Rohan Somen Mitra, because he sort of leans towards the Congress party, and we are talking about this debate in the backdrop of a decision taken by the Rajasthan government of Ashok Gehlot. What happened, Romain? Is it Rohan? Rohan. Did Ashok Gehlot really get psyched out by the Prime Minister after his Ajmer event and announced something or re-announced something which he had already done in the budget? Okay, Rohan, can you unmute yourself? You are speaking, we are not getting you. Can you unmute yourself? 'Cause, 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 'c
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Yeah. So, Karnataka, you all are blaming the Karnataka government. It hasn't been a month yet that the government has the election results came out, and the government just barely, it's been 2 weeks, and the blame game has started. Fair enough. Let's go back to Rajasthan. What Mr. Ashok Gehlot said. Mr. Ashok Gehlot has made a new policy which now gives 200 units free to the population of Rajasthan. 100 units will be totally zero, and the 100 units above that will be given more subsidies. So what is the problem with that?
We know the scheme, but the issue is, did
Let me
Ashok Gehlot get psyched out? Because he made a similar promise in the budget. He in fact made the announcement. Did he get psyched out by the Prime Minister? And by the way, the Congress Party's position is contrary to what someone like a Montek Singh Ahluwalia said just about a couple of months back. And what did he say, Rohan? Montek Singh Ahluwalia said that this is economic disaster. This freebie culture is a drain on the economic and fiscal situation of the states. Last heard, Montek Singh Ahluwalia was never with the BJP.
No, absolutely.
He is sort of Congress Party's economic think tank.
Absolutely. I don't deny that. If Mr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia has said it, he must have said it from a very good perspective. He has much more information. But we are in an election season. We are in election mode. The Congress is going to win Rajasthan. So the CM has decided to take a decision.
Okay, election के लिए कुछ भी करेगा. Let me keep rotating it because you give me a good debating point. Okay, Rohan, you gave me a good debating point. Let me take this to Rajat. Rajat, election के लिए कुछ भी करेगा. That seems to be the theme song of the Congress Party. We saw how just a couple of days back, Kamal Nath doing it in exact same announcement, by the way, in Madhya Pradesh, which is heading to polls along with Rajasthan. And now we have Ashok Gehlot. We have seen similar promises in Karnataka, in Himachal Pradesh. We are focusing on the Congress Party. I'll come to AAP later. Rajat, election के लिए कुछ भी करेगा. Does that sort of present a clear danger to the BJP's politics? Because BJP says we are not into freebies, and it seems to be working for the Congress.
Well, essentially what the gentleman out there is saying, that do hell with the state or do hell with the country. We will do with our voodoo economics the way we want to do it. I mean, easier said than done. You can campaign in poetry, but you have to govern in prose. And governance is where, where the devil becomes huge for you to manage. And we are seeing what is happening in Karnataka. We are also seeing what is happening in Rajasthan. The poll promises that were earlier made when the Rajasthan government was sworn in haven't been completed yet. You are coming up and proposing such lofty schemes. They've come out with something called an urban Manrega. Now that scheme itself, you announced it on a grand scale, but implementing it is very difficult. Where do you get your resources? Do you know the public debt level of Rajasthan? It is 60,000 crores. Almost 40% of your gross domestic product is just the debt. So you are actually running a bankrupt state. And on top of that bankrupt state, you are levying more and more and more cost. What will happen eventually out of this? You will not be able to pay salaries. But that is like rolling the can forward. You don't have to bear the consequences in the election year. You just reap the benefits and let the future generations.
The next generation has to.
That is not being responsible politics at all. And I think it is the Election Commission which must clamp down in these freebie culture. Some constitutional organization will have to step up and try to stop political parties, including the BJP.
Rajat, Election Commission already has a chapter in the Model Code of Conduct on freebies, though of course it is still being debated in the Supreme Court as well. Okay.
Certainly.
Yeah, of course. It's, as you said, easier said than done. Easier said than done. Rajat, easier said than done. Remember, I'm quoting randomly, out of the 36 states and union territories in the country, 27 have electricity subsidies amounting to 1.32 lakh crore rupees annually, and that's just about 25% of the net debt of the distribution companies across the country, all taken together. This, which means that the subsidy bill every 4 years adds up to the entire debt burden of the DISCOMs, which has accumulated over the last decades, perhaps. But You see, Akashdeep Muni, since you represent the Aam Aadmi Party, and Rajat said it's you govern, you campaign in poetry, but you govern in prose, and that is exactly what's happening. For example, with the Aam Aadmi Party governments in Delhi and Punjab, you promised rupees 1,000 to women as a cash dole. Every household, the Punjab government has not been able to do that, despite about a year and a half in power. In Delhi, you changed the universal free electricity subsidy scheme to one where you have to apply to get that subsidy. So obviously, that thought that maybe you can bring the subsidy bill down a bit made you change the scheme, and it has had impact. So before, when the free electricity was universal in Delhi, 47 lakh people or households availing it, now 37 lakhs, 10 lakh come down because maybe they have not applied. They thought, okay, fine, let's give it up. Which means the Delhi government is also aware that the subsidy burden can be unsustainable. Akashdeep. Akashdeep, are you getting me?
Well, I don't see Akashdeep here, so the question was to Akashdeep or because I'm Piyush?
There's Piyush Joshi.
Yeah, I think
there's Piyush Joshi, I can see. Where's Akashdeep? Okay.
Okay,
it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake in the paper that I had, Piyush. The question is to you, actually. Sorry, the question is to you.
Sure.
And the question was, if you heard it.
No, I heard it.
The question is that Aam Aadmi Party governments also, they have not been able to exactly deliver what they promised. So obviously, the burden of these subsidies becomes unbearable, unsustainable. Even you are realizing, Akashdeep.
Yeah.
Piyush.
I heard your question, and again, yeah. Fair enough. So you know what I actually am saying, that you mentioned about Mr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia. So when we talk about Mr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia, probably his thoughts are not in sync with Thomas Piketty. You know, one of the foremost figures when we talk about inequality. So when you talk about inequality and the ways to bring it down, you have to resort to some sort of benefit transfer to the average common Indian. And how do you do that? Either you do through the direct benefit transfer schemes that the Honorable Prime Minister is doing, with the farmers. Either you do with the Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, which has been copied in Madhya Pradesh. You know, they are yet to implement it, but they are again going for that rupees 1,000 to each and every female in the state. So, Mr. Prime Minister saying that they do not believe in that revdi culture or freebie culture is an utter lie. The Madhya Pradesh government has 57 different types of schemes which are giving to either cash benefits or freebies or subsidy-like schemes. So nothing can be further from the truth that the BJP does not believe in this culture. The Prime Minister is habitual.
Okay, what essentially you're saying, Piyush Joshi, is that it is Rajat. What Piyush is saying is same to you. Same to you. You have been doing that.
It is
you
not
are doing the same thing you're doing wherever you are in power in the states as well, Rajat.
But if it is implemented correctly and if
not
it is
same to, no, I don't say shame to you. I say same to you. I said Piyush, you are saying same to you, not shame to you. Same to you. Rajat.
Yeah, so the problem here is not with Piketty. It's how
Rajat,
you implement Piketty's ideas. And I think that is where Congress's regimes of distributing massive handouts to every single woman in Karnataka, to all the unemployed people, that is where the state policies are absolutely wrong. I mean, they are not even understanding what Piketty is saying. He talks about directed and targeted ways of
Okay, but the fact is you have to win an election, Rajat.
Trying to create a safety
net. But the fact is you have to win an election. And someone who has to win an election is with us from the BJP, Rakhi Rathod. Rakhi Rathod, last word to you. Last word to you because I'm running out of time, but then still, you get your 1 minute. Rakhi, how is the BJP planning to counter Ashok Gehlot's promise in Rajasthan?
In Sanskrit, we say Pratyaksham Kim Pramanam, because Chief Minister Sahab Ashok Gehlot ji is not Chief Minister for the first time. He has ruled Rajasthan for twice as well. In his previous tenure, he has made these kind of announcements just before the assembly election. But what happened in 2003 and 13? The Congress landed to 56 and 21 seats only because there is a serious problem of implementation of these schemes. In fact, we have a list of promises which he has made in this tenure as well, which are not implemented. The farmers' loan, which Rahul Gandhi has counted from 1 to 10 in Rajasthan, that within 10 days of their rule, the loans of farmers would be waived off. The allowance for unemployment youth for our Rajasthan, safety and security of women. These are major issues. In fact, recently they had promised that they will give mobile phones to 1 crore women of Rajasthan, but nothing has been fulfilled. So there is a serious problem of implementation. Ashok Gehlot, I don't know what kind of politician he is, but he's not good at administration because he failed to administer, he failed to govern, he failed to deliver what he
Are you
promised.
going to promise free electricity, Rakhi Rathore? Is the BJP going to promise free electricity in Rajasthan?
Actually, we are not going to impose surcharges. They had imposed surcharges 18 times. After 4.5 years of your governance, you are giving 100 units free. What's the point of that? You promised that you will not increase electricity rates when you came into power. But now, within 4.5 years, you have imposed 18 times surcharge.
Right.
We are facing maximum, the expensive electricity here in Rajasthan. So there's no point of that. And people, they know they are not going to be fooled by these kind of. Yes.
Okay, let's see whether the people of Rajasthan are not going to be fooled by these promises, because remember, Rakhi and your party, I think, is learning at some expense that these promises of freebies actually work. We have seen that happening in Himachal Pradesh. We have seen that happening in Punjab. The Karnataka example being the latest one. We'll see how it pans out really in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan later that year. But then what is important is, ironically,
the 15 lakhs.
Okay, ironically, this debate on freebies versus welfare began in the Supreme Court in 2013 when the Congress party was in power in the S. Subramaniam Balaji versus Tamil Nadu case. And then the Election Commission in the same year, still when the Congress was in power, brought out a chapter or added a chapter in the Model Code of Conduct on freebies. So it's not that, it's this government at the center in Delhi now, the BJP government, which is talking about the freebie versus welfare. It's something which began the Congress time, which the Congress obviously has conveniently forgotten because it has elections to win, but so has the BJP. Let's see how it pans out. The debate is going to continue as we head into the election cycle building up to May 2024. Thank you so much, friends, for joining us. On that note, Rakhi Rathore, Rajat Sethi, Rohan, Sumen, Mitra and Akash and Piyush Joshi. I beg your pardon this. Okay, thank you so much. Short break. On the other side, Arnab Goswami is back with the debate.
Republic is #1 on television, now soon on digital this July.
#1 on TV, now soon on digital. Republic on digital this July. Republic #1 on TV, now soon on digital this July.
For 6 years, you've trusted Republic TV with breaking news, views and debates. For the very first time, we're bringing #1 news brand on digital. Stay tuned for Republic Digital this July.
Republic has been #1 for the last 6 years. And in these 6 years, you've loved us,